All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Rakah Kodash. I want to give double honors to my apostles and elders, Great Millstone, who teach very well. I learned this truth from, and salutation out there to the hopeful elect, who continue to push this word in all truth, faith, and sincerity. And also, Shalom to the men and the children who sincerely believe upon the words of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua. And today, just basically getting on the vibration that get pushed forth throughout the planet Earth, especially upon the younger generation, man. Because again, Esau, what he's doing right now is breeding the next generation to be wicked, for the lack of better words, man. Whether it be rebelling against your parents, or whether it be that you identify as non-binary, because ultimately you're being rebellious against the Most High, man. And then on top of that, he pushed forth these different type of technologies, pushing out these different type of games and websites. You don't know what your kids be doing on there, man. Like it's a new one called Roblox. You feel me? Sometimes it be 40 and 50-year-old men on there, man, trying to holler at an 8-year-old girl. But now, back in, go back to 1950, that was looked down upon. But you fast forward into 2022, now it's celebrated, man. Now a 50-year-old man can identify as a 12-year-old girl, man, and go back to preschool, man. And he'll cause a hissy fit for the lack of better words if you don't let him use the bathroom, man. Let's start off right here in Job. This is the book of Job. This is the book of Job 9, verse 24. And it reads, it says, the earth is given unto the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judge thereof. If not, where and who is he? Yeah, so if the earth is not given into the hand of the wicked, then who's giving it to, man? Who are the one that's pushing forth these different legislations, man? Who's the guy when he was in power? As soon as he got sworn in on presidency, I ain't gonna say no names, but who's the guy as soon as he got sworn in on presidency, not even 24 hours, not even an hour, the first thing he signed off was on same-sex marriage, man. And again, that's totally against the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And he's trying to push forth that way of life to the younger generation, man. And it was a banker. See if I can find the quote real quick. Let me see if I can find it. Because it was a banker, he made a quote. He said, give me the minds of the next generation, and then I can rule the world, man. And that's what basically these guys are doing right now, man. They're trying to influence, the younger people to, go out the way of Moses, man. Just so it could be easier to push forth another way of life, man. Now, I can't find the quote right now, but it was a quote from a banker. He said, yes, you give me the power over the children, then I will rule the next generation. And that's what they're trying to do in a roundabout way. I got an article right here from ABC4 News. Came out in May, but it's still the spirit, man. These things is still going on. It says social trends causing rapid growth in people identifying as LGBT, report says. So it says social trends. Now, 9 times out of 10, those social trends is the trends that people see on social media. For the lack of better words, whether it be the newest pair of shoes or the latest fashions, or the new songs, man. That's how Jake get their information now through social media, man. Whether a rapper died, it hit Twitter and damn World Star Hip Hop and Facebook first before it hit CNN, man. So again, this is how people get their news. But again, let's go into their word social again, but also the word trend. Let's go into their word trend. The word trend verb 1590s, to run or bend in a certain direction. And that's crazy too. Because it say, yeah, I'm straight. But for lack of better words, these devils, they're trying to make you bend to another direction, man. And what's that direction? That direction is totally contrary of the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Shah, man. You don't supposed to follow after the multitude of evil, man. You don't supposed to follow after the multitude of wickedness. This Matthew 7 and verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. Right here, the Lord said, enter ye in at the straight gate. You go into the word straight, and mean a level of difficulty, man, a narrow way, man, when you have to watch your step. But it also says what? Wide and broad is the gate that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Yes, because it's many people that's following these trends, these TikTok trends. And I have another article from the Washington Post, which goes into detail of how these devils do it, man. Whether it be you seeing a meme or a certain song or a certain lyric in a song, or whether it be a certain TikToker or a certain Tyler Perry movie. Now you're growing up to want to model yourself after that, man. And that's what Esau wanted you to do. Let's continuing on, though. Matthew 7, verse 14, it says, because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way that which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. Yes, because it's only going to be a few men that's going to refuse the ways of this world completely, man. While everybody else is going to follow after the trends of Esau. And that's basically being in that sheep mentality. Esau know that Jake is sheeple. You know what I'm saying? Jake is very impressionable. You get a guy like Charles Barkley, who said that he have a whole bunch of, friends that go that way. But like the scriptures say, birds of a feather flock together, man. So Charles Barkley, he went that way. So soon as he says he's cool, now everybody else says cool. Soon as LeBron James says cool, now the guy that looked up to LeBron James and wanted to be like him when he grew up, now he thinking it's cool. Now he's finna be one of the first cricket basketball players, man. But again, it's totally against the ways of the Lord. Let's go right here in the Washington Post. 1 in 6 Gen Z adults are LGBT, and this number could continue to grow, and it is continuing to grow, whether it be through the food they pushing forth, again, or the music, man. These things, they're the things that's pushed forth out of this Western hemisphere is totally contrary unto the Lord, and it's only going to get worse and worse as time goes on, man. Let's go right here to the book of 2 Ezra 15. This is the book of 2 Ezra 15. And I'm going to start at verse 8. It says, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. Yes. Right, thus says the Lord, he's not going to hold his tongue no more as touching your wickedness. What does that mean? The men that's on the highways and byways sign and crying for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Because this is a true abomination right here, man. 1 in 6 people you meet in the age range of Generation Z, they're going to be a part of that wicked life, man. And not including the crazy niggas that's on the DL, man. Because that's the end thing now. It's things out here that Esau used to let you fulfill your lust, man. And, let's go ahead and read this again. Because Yahweh Shemal Shai, he's not going to sit back and let this wickedness continue. And through the spirit, I just noticed this. It says social issues, man. So this is actually an issue upon the planet Earth right now, man. How can you be fruitful and multiply with two sticks, man? And how can you be fruitful and multiply with 2 scissors, man? That's totally against the ways of the Lord. Read this again. It says, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And that's talking about us, man. We are the ones that sign and crying against this place. But matter of fact, let's jump up a couple of verses. This 2 Ezra 15, verse 6. It says, for wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. And this is why we're crying, man. Because we can see that this wicked lifestyle is growing. It's not like it's stopping her. It's just taking a seat back. No, man, it's actually getting worse and worse as time goes on, man. Again, you go into the grocery store, and now it's a guy who got prosthetics on, and he's catching an attitude because he can't use the women's bathroom. Read this again. It says, "For wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled." Yes, there are hopeful works are fulfilled because it's actually an agenda that these guys are trying to push forth. Let's go ahead and read a little bit of this article, man. It says Jasper Swartz recently realized that nearly all their friends are queer in some way. They were 8 years old when same-sex marriage became legal in Maryland, about 12 when they realized they were attracted to girls, and 14 when they came out as non-binary. Now, right here, you know about all this, but for lack of better words, you're not paying no bills. Basically you live in a carefree lifestyle, but you identifying it as non-binary. Using they in their pronouns, Jasper grew up scrolling through gay memes on Instagram. So he was on the internet, on social media, scrolling, and he was seeing the same thing all over again. It says, and following transgender influencers on YouTube. It's a sick guy named James something, but he was one of the most. I think like a couple years ago. I think last year he was the most grossing influencers on YouTube, man. And he came and he in the whole gimmick of his thing that he was a guy that was doing makeup, man. Around the same era as Lil Nas X. So these are the new heroes of the future, man. It ain't like back in the day you got Allen Iverson, then you got Jerome Bettis, you got a boxer, you got Roy Jones. Now it's guys like Lil Nas X that people look up to, man. And again, it ain't like these kids know better, and Esau knowing that, but he's playing upon their psyche. It says they attend a diverse public middle school in the Montgomery County, Maryland, that taught lessons about sexual orientation and gender identity in the health class. So they pushing forth this way of life even in school, man. Continuing on. But at that point, Jasper said, I was already familiar with that stuff they were teaching, how he was familiar on the internet, man, because that's a dangerous place. It can lead you to a way of life, and it also can lead you to a dark rabbit hole, man, of death, of darkness. It says Jasper is a member of Generation Z, a group of young Americans that is breaking from binary notions of gender sexuality and is far more likely than older generations to identify something other than heterosexual. And that's why America is known as Babal, man. You go into the word Babal in Hebrew, it actually means confusion. You can't tell if somebody a boy or a girl. That androgynous spirit is getting pushed out heavy, man, nowadays. Why? Because the wicked is ruling. You can't talk about this for real. They'll say you anti-Semitic, and they'll turn around and say that you hate speech, But for the lack of better words, it's just the truth, man. And let's say if you're, you don't know what they're teaching your kids, up there, and you don't know who's coming to your school. But for the lack of better words, man, these people know what they're doing. This is an agenda that they're pushing forth to destroy, our people, man. Destroy kids as a whole, but ultimately the children of Israel, man. The most impressionable people upon the planet Earth, man. Even though we are Yasharala, but for the lack of better words, when Lil Nas X and guys like Charles Barkley on the podium, they make all us look bad, man. And that's Esau agenda to make us look bad. So yeah, I can just a quick little video. I pray it was edifying when I say call Halayim La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash, Shalom DTA, and the Bible.